Riley just had a good idea.
Dang, I'm smart.
And I'm actually going to start the episode off with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, welcome back. This is going to be our last episode of 2022.
Woohoo!
What the heck?
Crazy.
It's been a crazy year.
Like, does it even feel like it's going to be a new year?
No. It's just a different day.
Does it feel like it's going to be a new year to you?
New you.
I'm waiting for you to respond.
We'll pause. Okay, you're good.
Okay, go on. Thank you for your answer. No, but seriously, put down in the comments if it flew by for you, because it flew by for us. Yeah. I don't know what happened.
Well, generally, consistent flow of time in one direction.
Yeah.
Listen, Prescott.
We're in a time parallax.
This will probably be the last one I'm allowed on.
Yeah,
This is why you're not allowed to talk to clients either, Prescott.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, so on this episode, we're going to leave you with 5 tips to just make sure your marketing is like soaring in 2023, because that's what we want. We want more clients, more interaction, more views, whatever the goal is for you.
Yeah.
Bigger revenue.
Clear direction with, not simple, but clear direction with what to execute to get your end goal.
Yes. Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah. And of course, everyone needs marketing, because how do you stick out? How do people know you exist?
You can't without marketing.
Yeah. And it can be all types of marketing, but you have to market.
Yeah. It starts with simply just getting your name out there, whatever form it is. And right now, video is pretty much the best way to do it.
Yeah, so that's actually number 1. Prescott just
went right in there, Prescott.
It's so smooth. Yeah, so video marketing is always going to stay king. People love watching videos. I was just watching a YouTube video. So, I mean, there you go. There's the evidence. And we love shooting video.
Yeah.
So
we actually all have our own video cameras.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. And actually, we're shooting a video right now.
You didn't know that.
It's like what is it?
Paraception.
No, it's
no.
Not
Here. Just film us, filming them, and then filming us.
Yes, you get it. No, but so video marketing is always going to stay king, because a really cool interactive video is always going to catch someone's eye. People are still watching so many things on YouTube, Facebook,
TikTok.
It's just
it's everywhere.
Like Hulu with ads and stuff. Like you can still post ads on Hulu, and people have to watch them, which is unless you pay for the no ads, but
start out on TV and everybody would just be like, oh, I'd either mute it, they'd leave the room to go get something to snack on, or they would just find something else that they wanted to focus on. And now it's kind of like, there's some of them you can't even mute them. It will either pause it. There's no mute button on there unless you actually physically turn everything down on your computer, TV, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So they found a good way, an annoying way,
to
make you watch those ads.
And they'll run like 7 in a row.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's dude.
And I've even noticed, and I don't have the statistics in front of me, but even like just for myself, like if someone posts like an Instagram story, if it's a video, I will actually sit there and more likely watch it than if it's just a still image with like some text on it.
Yep.
There was an interesting thing on YouTube. People tend to pay attention more to the ones that they know they can skip, because they kind of know like, oh, hey, that point's coming up where I can hit this skip ad.
Yeah.
Versus the ones that you can just skip right away.
And so most YouTubers, they usually put like timestamps on their videos, sponsors, so you could just like skip right through them.
Which Riley brings up a really
easy peasy,
interesting one. Sponsors on YouTube, they're actually starting to branch out to other people with video content like TikTok or like podcasts like this, where they're creating the ad inside. It's a promoted or sponsored video, and they're like using whatever they're sending to them to market it towards their users, but it doesn't feel like an ad, 'cause it might be being used throughout. Like a really good example, we all watch Peter McKinnon. Peter McKinnon is doing ads for Motion Ray, and he's a great videographer and photographer. And he's like, hey, I made this video with assets from Motion Ray. So he's already got all of our attention, because we're all like, okay, this is stock. And he's
he's also Peter McKinnon.
Yeah, Peter McKinnon. Yeah. Like he could probably sell me a Ford truck if I had enough to go buy a Ford truck.
Probably, yeah.
But so like there's more interesting ways to promote that aren't like a hard sell. Like, oh, here's 30 seconds of me just being like, buy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's we're going to transition into the second topic is user generated content.
UGC.
Which is like a big deal right now. I see it all the time now.
Yeah.
Where it's like someone is like, it's not some guy from the company talking to your face and trying to get you to buy something. It's like someone who's actually been using the product for some time and is like, holy crap, this is awesome.
Yeah. I was going to say something, but then I lost my train of thought.
Riley, I was ready for you.
I know.
I was ready.
Well, okay, here. I keep seeing this ad all over the place. It's this girl. She's sitting there in front of a computer, and she's like giving tips on how to like do things in Premiere Pro, but it's like the small things, so like a basic videographer,
yeah, just like a starter one.
We'll use, but like it doesn't
That's what I need.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, forget an audio engineer.
Yeah, like it doesn't look like a business though. It's just a normal person sitting there and like looking at the camera eye to eye. So
right.
Yeah, I think that's going a long ways compared to like where they would have a huge set and everything. Like, okay, we need this person to look like this because this is our like market demographic. And it's just like people just want something that's simple, easy to grasp. And am I going to use it? Because that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Like people check out like if, hey, I'm not even remotely in need of this because I don't even have a use for it.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like people are done with the flashy. A lot of the flashy ads. I think there's still a place for that.
Yeah.
But for certain products or services or whatever. But there's a lot of things that were like, hey, I live in a normal house.
Yeah.
With and I live a relatively normal life. How will this make my life better? And so if you see that coming from someone who is similar, like that's like it starts to make sense now. And you're like, oh yeah, I should buy that because that will help me or whatever.
Yeah.
For example, in like the audio engineering community, whenever I would like watch like a tutorial video or something, these guys would have like this multi-million-dollar studio, and I'd be like, that I don't have that, so I don't like, I can't even compare. I can't. But then I started finding people that like had the similar gear to what I had, and watching them figure it out and make it sound incredible, and I would go back to them all the time rather than go back to these guys with these multi-million-dollar studios, because I see it's like I can't even relate to it, you know.
And like a lot of so these brands will reach out to these creators. They're like, hey, just have fun with it. Make a fun skit.
Yeah.
I saw a video the other day, and it was these husband with their wife, and the wife was sitting on the couch, and it was like, hey, like Christmas is coming around the corner, and like, oh, let's watch something. I can't remember like what she said specifically, but like it was a sponsorship for PureFlex.
Oh yeah.
And like they just pretty much promoted PureFlex, how like they can provide different movies and stuff like that compared to like Netflix or whatever, Hulu. And like it doesn't feel like an ad. Like we were saying earlier, it's not flashy. It's really simple.
Yeah.
It's really easy.
Yeah. 100%. Speaking of that, it's going to turn into our number 3 is creating a customer experience.
That's the
and
best.
I love what you said is making it easy, right?
Yeah.
And the customer experience can be a billion different things, right? Like it can be like take you on like this cool journey to then become a customer or something, or it can just be as easy as like, or as simple as making this form so easy to fill out that it was painless for the customer for them to get your service or product.
Yeah.
I have a really cool customer service story. Actually, I kind of have 2. They're both really quick. So we all know the infamous when my lens took a cue ball to the side of it.
Yes.
And so we sent it off, and it was like a week or so, and I hadn't heard anything back from it. I was like, okay, I'm really nervous because that's kind of how I make a living. And I called, it was Sigma. I called Sigma, the repair number that they had on their website, and I didn't get a robot call. It was somebody answered like on the second ring. And it threw me off, and I was like, hey, is this Sigma? Yeah. Like the camera lens? And like, of course, they're like weirded out, like, yeah. Oh, I'm just used to a robot call. I was like, I sent my lens in, and I gave them the number that they sent me and everything. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. And he's like, hang on a second. Kept me like on the phone, and he's like, okay, we pulled it up. We put it on hold because we couldn't get a hold of you. So we got that all sorted out. And they won. Like the fact that I got a hold of a real person who had the actual record and knew what was going on, that was a huge plus.
That's a huge deal. Yeah.
And then after that, Oh, okay. Yeah, it's ready to go. Once you okay this, we'll replace it. We just need to know that we'll be able to be compensated for it, and we're gonna clean everything up for you. It's just gonna be as close to brand new as possible. So I was like, okay, that's really cool. Like it was a smooth experience and everything, and got my lens back really quickly and stuff. And I think they threw in some lens cleaning pads and stuff like that. It's like
That's
just
awesome.
kind of like
Yeah.
a piece of candy.
Yeah.
Another one, guy had a Polar Pro V&D filter, and we all know those aren't cheap. He left it in his pocket, went through the wash, bit of water got in there.
Oh
So
my gosh.
he's just like, he made like a quick video about it on TikTok, and he's like, hey, it's not a total loss. It's like a mist filter now, no pun intended. But it didn't look bad.
Yeah.
And Polar Pro sent him a thing, I think it was like a $100 rebate or something for like a new one.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
They're like, hey, yeah, like these things happen and stuff, and we love your content. We don't want you to be like at odds. You didn't like throw it down the stairs or anything.
Right.
I was like, that is a huge customer experience. I like that guy right there is like, okay, I'll probably be a customer for life. I kind of want to be a customer for life. For
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, 100%. And that can range from like your like customer service,
Yeah.
or like literally just like getting in the door with that company is like, what's the experience like from zero to no customer to being a customer, and then in like whenever you when you have a product or something were to happen, what is that experience like getting it fixed or getting it replaced or whatever? All of that matters. And I mean, there are companies that I will buy from where things will be like $20-$30 more.
Yeah.
But I know the experience is gonna be better.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that if anything happens to that product, they'll replace it for free.
Yep.
And I know for a fact that they'll pay for shipping on both ends of that.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, for me, I'd rather have that safety, and I'd pay a little bit more every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that right there, like, it's like the principles of shopping local versus shopping corporate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have that good experience and everything, and they're going to remember you.
Yeah.
And you develop a good relationship.
Yeah.
It's weird when they call you. They're like, "Hey, is this Lucas? Is Prescott? Is this Riley? What's
Yeah.
up?" It's like, "Yo, what?"
Yeah.
Like Sweetwater does that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude.
So good. That's exactly who I'm talking about.
I knew you were talking about them.
All right. So number 4 is making your content interactive. And that's going to just like engage people to actually, or it's going to bring engagement to your brand or to your company. I see this all the time with people, little games or like voting or,
Stitch this on TikTok.
yeah, or it's like a contest,
Yep.
right?
Duet this.
Yep. Do
Yeah,
Duets.
yeah,
Yes.
and then that's just like people are just seeing your brand and all this, and people are interacting with it, and like it's almost like they're interacting with someone, but they're really just interacting with your brand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which almost creates like this relationship with your brand, which is so cool, right?
It's one of those things where it allows like the people that I feel like have the idea like, oh, I'm just so and so, like why would they pay attention? Sometimes you can have the most unique perspectives that they're looking for their product to get into, or maybe they've been like, oh, we've been wondering if our product is useful in this niche.
Yeah,
And those an interactive product, and not just like, hey, we're so and so and we're not changing for anybody, you should change for us. Like, no,
Yeah.
I think those times are long gone. Like,
oh, for sure.
companies are definitely becoming very conscientious of the power of just like one unhappy person just kind of having that video that goes viral, and then like how do you recover from that?
Yeah,
They got a video to give you a bunch of bad PR, and that was free, and now you have to pay a bunch of money to have a campaign to offset it. Like,
yeah, yeah,
so
exactly.
it's I think the company's starting to lean into that more and make a conscious decision to like have a good experience on those fronts.
Yeah, and I think if you, at least from what I've seen, is if you are able to get people more interacted into your content that you're posting about your product or service or whatever, people will actually give you some honest feedback, but not like in a mean way.
No.
They're
Yeah.
gonna since they feel like they're a part of it because they're interacting with it, and then that's free.
Yeah.
That's free for you. Like for you to be like, okay, people aren't liking this. Let's
let's change it.
yeah,
Let's fix it up.
pivot
Yeah.
and change it. Like that's such a big
Like
deal.
a big thing is, I know Prescott, you watch Twitch.
Yeah.
People will want Twitch polls, and that's just a great way to get viewers connection with you.
Yep.
And it just feels more one-on-one. It doesn't feel like, oh, you're just a number on a screen, or you're just a name, or whatever. Like, I really like mean for you. I care about you, but like we're interacting.
Yeah,
that's the biggest.
exactly.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
To have that one-on-one connection with the viewer on the either it's phone, laptop, whatever.
Yeah. Another big thing too, stories on like whether it's Facebook or I don't know if TikTok has stories now. Is it?
It does.
Now?
Yeah. TikTok has stories.
I still haven't re-downloaded it.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? That's actually probably saving you a lot of time.
It might be, yeah.
It really is.
I love TikTok.
But like people are sharing like a story and they'll tag somebody in it. Like some of the ones that like I look at, like I like to make craft cocktails at home. So like I'll just kind of like share stuff like tag it in a story, and a lot of times they'll like reach out like, oh hey, we didn't know to try it like this, like, or to put it in this drink, or hey, that looks really good, and then they share it because it's free content for them.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the value, but also they're like sharing with everybody, like, look how happy these people are, like we didn't have to tell them to do this. Which is almost like sometimes more valuable when I'm like going through somebody's story feed. I'm like, oh wow, one, they're active, they're looking for people enjoying their stuff, and two, like they want everybody to see that. So yeah, like they probably have somebody doing some nice marketing for them, but like your marketing team can't do that for you.
Right.
It's really cool to see those big brands stepping in and either picking up like a small influencer and putting them on their story.
Right.
And it's really cool, and you see that a lot from Nanlight.
Yeah.
They tag, if you tag them, anything you tag them in, you're on their story, no matter what. For sure. And so I think it's really, really cool for brands to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like,
Absolutely.
Sorry.
No. You're good. You're good.
So even if you're running your business and someone tags your business, you better put that on your story.
Absolutely.
I mean, unless it's negative.
Yeah. If it's negative, don't that down.
Maybe
but
reach
positive,
out, but like,
But then, you should go ahead and message them and be like, hey, how can I help you? Creating the customer experience back to, what was that, number 2?
Yeah.
Three. Number 3. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all those things are individually, they are phenomenal. When together, like you pretty much can make a huge marketing campaign off of organic stuff. Like that is the new organic.
Oh,
right
for
there.
sure.
Stories,
Yeah. Okay. So number 5, it's really boring, but it's necessary. And I picked it because I think it's really important right now because there's a lot of that going around. It is emphasizing privacy for your customers.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of identity theft. There's a lot of like, hey, these credit cards got leaked or something, you know, like all these accounts got leaked, like, and that's bad. Like even for us at Growing Media, there are a few clients that we have that like we have to make sure that our video shots are not getting specific documents in the shots, because if those end up in a commercial, it'd be like a whole lawsuit and stuff like that. So you have to constantly be emphasizing that, like, hey, we're gonna keep things protected for you. So you do not need to worry.
Yeah. And then also, like, there are sometimes people are like, hey, I can't be on TV, or like I can't be like, you need to like let that know. Like always just kind of, it's few and far between, but people that are in those situations are a lot closer than what you think.
Yeah.
And just before you go on and just like having people out there recording things, just like, hey, everybody's cool to be on camera, right?
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to it, like unless they sign something specifically to agree to be on camera whenever, they're within their rights to always be like, nah, let me remove myself from this.
And if not, then you could just tell them, hey, if you don't want to be on camera, it's completely fine. I'll put B-roll over it. I'll put different shots over it.
Yeah.
And that makes them feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Be answering your questions and knowing that like you're going to take care of it.
Yeah. And if you don't take these like precautions and, you know, just safety, just general, like, you know, safety restrictions on this type of stuff, it could cost you like tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, you're really good.
And I don't have tens of thousands of dollars just sitting around. So
it's like, you better have a good lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so yeah, privacy. You guys have anything else on privacy?
No,
I would just double check with your client. Be like, hey, is this what you're wanting?
Yeah.
It's always better to ask than to assume.
Yep.
Yes, and even take it a step further and have it documented.
Yeah.
Between both of you, like a signed agreement. Like, hey, this is our signed privacy agreement on this specific
video
content or whatever. Like this content will never be out in public. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Awesome.
You guys have any other just random tips right now? Because we got like one more minute.
Oh, dude, a solid longest minute of my life.
It's about all of it less than you.
There's your tip right there. Last longer.
Wow. Okay, well, we're gonna end the year off with a bang, and And we love you guys, and we thank you so much for watching and following us. Yeah, we are super grateful for it. And if this is your first time, watching the show, please like and subscribe. We are MarketAbilities podcast on Facebook and Instagram, and then please go check out our YouTube, and we're on Spotify, iTunes.
Yep. But you could also go check out Growing Media.
Yep,
got to throw a plug in there too.
Yes, yeah, and then of course we all work with Growing Media. It's growing.media on the socials, right?
Socials, the Facebooks,
yeah, and then it's growingmediamarketing.com if you want to go to our website, check us out, and if you guys need video marketing, we are the people to go to.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Have a happy New Year.
Bye.